Hello guys, Admiral Black here, and we got John in the background right there, and he's playing No Man's Sky. So you guys can occasionally watch him back here doing his thing back there. All right. So today I'm gonna be catching up on some DC Rebirths. I know it's been a little while. It's been a couple weeks now since I've actually done one of these. So I'm gonna be catching up, and today I'm specifically catching up on Batman number 3 and Batman number 4. So I'm gonna be catching up on these two today. Much needed to do that. And I am going to be breaking this up into two different live streams for convenience. So right now we're going to be reading issue number 3 of Batman. Alright? Also, as you guys see, we have a new format coming up. So if there's any problems, let me know. And if there are problems and something goes wrong, I apologize. I'll do my best to get this shit right. Alright, so issue number 3 of Batman. Gotham City, Park Row. Then, when you grow up here in Gotham, I mean, when you're really raised in the piss and smoke of it, something happens to you. It's not like you get to like it. Like, piss is still piss, smoke is still smoke. It's more like you sort of become it. You stop seeing it as something other and start seeing it as just more of yourself. It's joy, or your joys. Its miseries are your miseries. It's risen, it's fallen, just like you have. It's been spoiled and it's been abused, just like you have. And because of that, it's bent, just like you're bent. And you have to forgive in a way that you have for yourself, that you have to forgive yourself. So that the piss and the smoke, it still gets me. It still feels like retching when I get a smell of the worst of it. Like I just need to get away from it any way I can. But being from here, I know. Somehow I know where that all comes from. I understand all that it's in me. It's here too. And somehow that it makes it better. And instead of retching, I breathe in deeper. I smile and I shout it good and loud. No. So right off the bat, we start off with a family walking with their young child, their young son. They're getting mugged at gunpoint. You give a nice monologue coming from Batman himself. Or actually, it might not be Batman. We don't know who it's from. And Batman here, and he saves the day, and he saves these kids. He stops them from getting murdered, similar to the same way that his parents got murdered in an alleyway. And he says, an ambulance is on its way. You're not hurt, but let them check you. After they leave, you're going to be scared. Scared for a while, and that's fine. Be scared. Everyone gets scared. But remember, all that means is everyone gets the opportunity to fight. Fear. Everyone gets the chance to be brave. Now we're at Gotham City, Robbinsville, right now. That's why even after the robbery, I raised my kids here in the city, so they could learn what I learned, so they could shout it too. Henry, this nice man did not come all the way from the FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C. to hear your opine and piss and smoke. He wants to hear about Hank and Claire. No, I appreciate the background, Mr. and Mrs. Clover. It all helps me to understand what exactly is going on here. Well, I'm not ashamed to say that after what happened, Hank became somewhat enamored with the Batman, or at least with what the Batman does with helping people. Little girl walks into the room and she says, I'm assuming this is Claire. She says, I had that dream again. Sorry. Hank says, it's okay. Come on, don't worry. But you know, kids, everyone gets scared. Anything her older brother was into? Well, pretty soon, anytime they could, those two would set out to help whoever they can. My family and I made a fortune on this city, and those two just kept taking me into giving it away. And when they weren't do-gooding, they were training, preparing, learning. They were observing, obviously. Or they were obsessed, obviously, and maybe we should have, interfered. But sometimes good things can come from an obsession, or at least you hope it can, or at least we hope it could. Then last year, as you know, they went overseas. doing charity work in some very difficult places. And at that point, they asked me to wire them money. Quite a bit of money. They didn't say what it was for. I didn't ask. You understand? I see it in them. Who they became, who they want to become. They they are Gotham. I wired the money, as you know. And a month ago, they returned, happy and healthy. And around that time, the city got two new heroes, Gotham and Gotham Girl. Very cocky names. Name yourself after the city. I mean, Batman didn't even do that. Yes. Well, as I said, Mr. Clover, I'm just here about that payment. The amount, it's an anomaly. The Bureau was checking on possible fraud. Look, you heard Henry. We're not stupid. The government's interest here obviously goes beyond the payment. We're just trying to say, if what you think is true, and what we think is true, if that's actually what is truth, well, in our opinion, there are worse things that could have happened in the city. Yes, well, thank you, ma'am, and I respect that opinion. Actually, you remind me a couple I knew when I was a kid. Good people with good judgment. They died too young. That's very nice. That's very nice of you. Thank you, Agent. I'm sorry, what was it again? Malone, ma'am. Agent Malone. Love that name. Alright. But most just call me Matches. I am sad to report, Master Bruce, that there's been another incident. Where? The Vince Fickle Bridge, sir. In rush hour. It is collapsing now. Apparently, this one's a suicide bomber. How original. And before she relieved herself, she was heard shouting, "The monster men are coming." And now Batman's in pursuit. I have deployed your assets. Alright? I'm 4 minutes out. Very good, Master Bruce. However, and unfortunately, I must say I do not believe the bridge will hold for 4 minutes. No, Alfred. Trust me. It'll hold. And here we have Gotham Boy holding... Oh, we have Gotham. Sorry. We have Gotham holding up the bridge. And he says, Claire, I can't. It's too much. It hurts. It hurts too much. I just can't. And Gotham Girl says, it's okay, Hank. It's okay. It's all going to be okay. He's here. When you grow up in Gotham, when you're born into the dying of it all, something happens to you. And here goes Bruce to save the day like a boss. The whole city, its fiddled walls always falling, its soiled mold always spreading, its people forever longing for the skies, forever sinking in its graves. Somehow you see all of the decay as part of yourself, as if its fate is your fate, as if its pain is your pain. And when the disaster comes, riots, destruction, chaos, 0 year, owls, jokers, bloom. And now this, bombs going off. Planes, statues, bridges, all falling. You feel each blow to the city as a blow to your own body, and you wonder when you too might fail. But that, Miss Waller, is merely an illusion, a rather nifty trick of the mind. It's how the people of this city accept what they cannot accept. Indeed, what they should not accept. It lullabies them into complexity, teaches them to ignore the horrors, and embraces the horrors, to become the horrors. It's our goal, then, to eliminate the illusion, to free the people from the psychosis of the city. They will not riot, they will not resist, they will not panic, they will not persevere. Villains will surrender, heroes will triumph, and with coaxing and Roger's gift, they will finally separate the life of them and mine from the riot of the city. I am not Gotham. I am better than Gotham. Feels like I skipped the page. Okay. He says, Batman says, this is how it'll work. I run down leads, I connect the bombers, you two watch the city. If the next one comes before I can stop it, you do what you can. Batman, I can't thank you enough for helping us, and I want to say, see, when I was a kid, well, my mom had a necklace. It's good to see you out here, Gotham. It's good to see what you did with your fear. So Batman right there throwing a throwback to Gotham, and he remembers him. He knows who he is. Hold on, let me open the door for Rumple. Can you open the door for him?
You want to let Rumple?
Yeah, he's barking. Okay. Later that night, Gotham and Gotham Girl are sitting on top of the bridge, and it says, "Well, he's let us see him leave. That's gotta mean something." It's like, yeah. It's like he's. Big explosion happens in the background. Huge building just blew up, and Gotham Girl says, "Crap. We should have a rally cry like Gotham gathers. Batman goes in quiet. You don't get to do everything he does. If Batman jumps off a bridge with you, Claire, we actually saw him jump off an actual bridge. Yeah, and look at you. I'm flying. It's different." Okay. The two rush into the building to try and save anyone that's left inside. And it says, you work on holding the building together. I'll work on getting the people out. Go Gotham. Alright, it's growing on me. See? Oh, hello. Who? I'm scared. Very scared. Yes, I'm scared. We haven't yet. I'm Professor Hugo Strange, and this is Roger Hayden, the psycho pirate, master of all emotions. His, theirs, yours. To be continued. Alright, so that was Batman issue number 3. Not too bad of an issue. It definitely answered some questions for me in terms of who Gotham Girl and Gotham are. As we know, they are Hank and Claire, and we get a little bit about their backstory. Hank became a little bit cooler for me, the fact that Batman saved him and inspired him to actually go out there. In the comic, it shows that they're taking care of people in hospital, feeding the elderly. They're just doing all around good things. So I like it because it shows that they didn't just become like heroes overnight. They didn't just wake up one day and say they wanted to be a hero, but rather Batman, a actual superhero, inspired them to do good with their lives, to not give in to fear and hate that came with the city of Gotham, but instead to move past it and take that fear, channel it, and do something positive with it. So that makes me really, really like those two as heroes. The fact that they actually trained, learned. Of course, they have money. I mean, how are you supposed to be a hero in Gotham without money, right? But yeah, these two are coming out pretty well. At the end here, we got to see a little bit of them actually working with Batman. Batman's going to be giving them league, and they're going to be working with him, kind of like sidekicks. There's no Nightwing, there's no Robin here, so Batman has 2 people to work with, at least in this comic. And it's Gotham and Gotham Girl who actually have some kind of abilities that they didn't specify on. They didn't say how they got their abilities, so I'm very curious about that one, of how they got their powers, how they're able to fly, and how they have ultra vision. That was not explained. I know that's something you can't get by reading books and lifting weights. And then at the end, of course, here we got to see Dr. Hugo Strange, and we got to see Psycho Pirate. I know a little bit about Hugo Strange, not that much, so I'm interested to see what he's gonna do here. There's soldiers in the background shooting aimlessly, randomly, so I'm assuming that has something to do with Psycho Pirate's abilities, where he says he's a master of emotions. He's probably controlling these soldiers, so it makes me wonder, is he gonna control Gotham Girl? What is he gonna do? But I guess we'll get more answers in Batman issue number 4, which I'm about to read right now, right after this one, so stay on this page, and I will be right back with another live read. And of course, guys, be sure to check out Planet Nerdom, the community for geeky and nerdy things, and follow me on social media. Okay? And I will catch you all the next video. Hello guys, Admiral here. I just read Batman Rebirth number 3.